What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about these bad boys right here, the Fear God one in the oatmeal colorway. So I recently just picked these up, maybe right after Christmas, right before New Year's. I was honestly a little iffy, man. I was debating on either these or some Sakai's, maybe even the Travis Scott lows. But in the end, I just decided to pull the trigger on these just because I wanted to see what the hype was all about. Are these actually as good as everyone makes it seem to be? But you guys will find that out. One thing, this is not a review by any means. I'm just letting you know what my questions were before I bought the shoe, and then answering those questions in this video for people who might have the same questions. First things first, I think we're gonna start off with how the shoe is actually constructed. You have this nice soft mesh material kind of around the ankle area, moving right around your mid-foot area. And then towards the toe box, you do have like this soft suede material. And then you have the midsole consisting of a cage, because this is a basketball shoe. You can use it in pretty much casual wear. All right, so the biggest thing that I was searching for before I even bought the shoe was, how do these freaking shoes fit? You're paying pretty much a ridiculous amount of money for a retail sneaker. This shoe did retail for $350, which is pretty ridiculous considering you have a bunch of other shoes well below the $200 mark. And these being $350 retail, you can bet on resale prices being at least above $400. So you're pretty much paying $400 for a shoe that you can't really go to the store and try on. So just take a gamble. If I were to do it all over again, I would definitely go to my true size as a 9. Going down half a size, I think it fits your shoe very perfectly if you are gonna play if you plan to play basketball in these. If you don't plan to and you're just gonna wear it around, I'd probably suggest going true to size. If you go down half a size, your foot's gonna be very, very snug in there, and it's definitely gonna be a little hard to take your foot into the shoe and out of the shoe. So that's gonna bring me to my next point. How difficult is it to put your foot into these shoes, and how difficult is it to take your foot out of these shoes? Me watching a bunch of videos before I even got the shoe, it's already been placed. I just wanted to figure out what's the best method to even get my foot into these without ripping the zipper, and what's the best way to take my foot out of it without ruining the material, without ruining the shoe. And this is all just pretty much trial and error. Like you'll get it pretty much maybe after 5 times you wear it. You'll kind of find a method on the best way to slide your foot in. Maybe you have a method of sliding your foot out, but pretty much the gist of it is you just slide the zipper down, and you do have this heel support in the back outside of the mesh area. And for me, what I did was I pulled this heel down, not too much where I'm bending the whole strap down, maybe just a good enough amount to where there's a little bit of play for your foot to get in. Pull the heel down and just slide your foot in there. Super simple. It's probably easier than it sounds, but after a few tries, you'll soon get it. And then the more difficult part is taking the damn shoe off. This shoe, there's not a lot of play around the ankle area. My suggestion would be to just bring this heel support, just flex it a little bit down. You just have to pretty much slide your foot out in the motion that you slid your foot in, and it should be good to go. You might have to give it a little force, but not too much where you're gonna break the shoe. So my next question was, how high is this shoe? Like, is it really as high as it seems like it's in the pictures? I've seen people wear it with shorts, and you can see how high it is compared to where their socks are. But I've never seen like a real comparison side by side with maybe a Jordan 1 or a Chelsea boot or a skate high. So as you can see, that Fear God does have some height on definitely the Vans, the Chelsea boots, and the Jordan 1s. The Vans, the Chelsea boots, and the Jordan 1s all pretty much the same even amount of height. Maybe just a little bit leeway on give or take one of the other shoes, but compared to the Fear God at least has maybe an inch or two right above the shoes. So, or I didn't know how high the shoe was going to come in, which worried me just a little bit, because for me being pretty skinny, I don't want a shoe that's gonna make me look even shorter than I actually am. Maybe if you're like 6 feet tall, you could probably get away with wearing with shorts. Me being well below 6 feet, wearing it with shorts will probably make my legs look even shorter than they actually are. But wearing it with pants is totally fine. All right, so only pertaining to this colorway, I think this is probably one of the better colorways of the Fear God 1 collection. It's a very subtle color. It's not too bright, it's not too in your face, but it's also something that you can pretty much wear with anything. You wear it with dark colored pants, you can wear it with light colored pants, and it's very versatile. It's not too difficult to wear it with a pair of jeans, which is something that I had trouble in the beginning. After I bought the shoe, I was like, am I actually going to be able to wear this shoe maybe like with 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 different kinds of pants instead of just that one pants that I can really imagine myself wearing it with? And honestly, I can. I did wear it with, I wore it the past 2 days, and I wore it with 3 different kinds of pants. 2 of them were from Minimal, and 1 of them was a Nike cargo pants. Not too hard to really wear it with anything. So I pretty much just touched on all the things that I pretty much had questions with before I bought the Fear Gods and when they came in. And there were just maybe a couple cons here and there that I really was like, maybe this shoe's not for me. One of them being how difficult it was to find the sizing for. Since I did go half a size down, since my right foot is a little bit wider than my left one, my ankle would maybe protrude out just a little bit on the ankle side over here, and since the ball of your ankle is maybe around this area, the bottom ball of my ankle would just constantly just rub up on this, maybe even just graze it, and it's like a plastic material, but it gets annoying after time because you pretty much just want to walk. You just want to just be like a normal person, just walk. But when this part is just constantly just hitting that ball part of your ankle, it gets annoying. If I knew, I'd probably go with a 9. I think that would just be a perfect size because I do like a little bit of play in my shoes, just so my foot's not constricted in the shoe. I want to be able to have my foot breathe. Even though this material is very breathable, I just want to be able to have that breathability of being able to move my foot around just a little bit, because I don't plan to play basketball in these. One thing I did also want to touch on was the quality control on this was very so-so. I did buy these new off of StockX. For me, I would usually buy shoes used on Goat, but since Goat didn't have my size in these, they did have my size in a 9, but the used price was more expensive than the new, and I was like, this is ridiculous. Why would I pay 50 bucks more for a used sneaker compared to a brand new one? Which obviously common sense, but since I wasn't able to see the shoe, there are a couple glue marks that you can see around the midsole of the shoe. It's constantly around the perimeter of the cage area, which was kind of a bummer because you did pay pretty much a good amount of money for a shoe that you expect to be, for just the glue to not be very visible on the sneaker. But on both of my shoes, you can clearly see glue marks around the cage area, pretty much on the mesh part and on the suede part. So be careful with that. I have heard people say that their pairs also came with a lot of glue, like you can also see glue along the shoe, which sucks. But yeah, man, if I did have to rate these on a scale of 1 to 10, I would definitely give these an 8. The reason why I give it an 8 is, one, because of how difficult it is to get your freaking foot in and out of the shoe. So that's definitely one major negative that I found. And number 2, I think it's just the quality control on the shoe. Fear God could have done better. Maybe Nike, I don't know who it was, but maybe someone could have done better on checking these shoes, making sure that the glue stains weren't very visible as they actually are on these sneakers. And seeing all the glue stains on here, it kind of turns me off, to be honest, but you know, can you do? But I am planning, I'm still debating, I'm like on the fence if I want to sell these shoes or not. Maybe sell it to someone for a 9, or maybe just sell it outright and just get what I originally planned to with the Sakai's, or maybe even try to get some Travis Scott lows, I don't know. But if you guys did enjoy this video and I did answer some of your questions, go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't. And if you guys did enjoy this content, please give it a big thumbs up. If you guys want to see more of these videos, let me know in the comment section below. I do like making these videos. It's a lot different from me making videos about my car, maybe travel. More videos like this coming in the future. Stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.